How can we lead with more love? Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. My name is Cindy Van Arnhem, and I am a possibilitarian. And I love to use the tools of numerology and self-mastery, emotional mastery, to help us first and foremost understand how to help ourselves, but then to help our clients. As healers, teachers, change makers, coaches, those of us who are out there who are trying to make the world a better place, when we can tap into the numerology, we can help to leverage that information in our own lives, but also for our clients. So let's tap into the week of November 1st, 2021, and get to know the energetic weather that we'll be experiencing so that we can leverage that for our advantage as well as for our clients and help guide our clients through what's happening in today's weather. So we start the week off on an 8 energy day, and we've come into the energy of November, which is all about the 7. So the 7 is calling for bravery, freedom, and movement. We've felt a bit of a pause and a calm before the storm as we landed into that 6 energy of October. And I'm really feeling the sense that November is going to have us moving. Not right away, though. The first week of November, we've got this beautiful new moon in Scorpio coming in. There is an amplification of visibility. Now, I don't mean visibility as in everybody's going to see you on social media and you're going to go viral. That's not what I mean, although that's a possibility. What I do mean is that this new moon in Scorpio, and I'm going to come in next week and talk about the new moon specifically in a different forecast, but we've got this new moon in Scorpio that is very much a truth teller, which means globally, we're going to be seeing things that we can't unsee. It means globally, we're not in Kansas anymore, and that there is a commitment required of us to a new paradigm. So we're going to see that on a global scale. This week could be a little bit emotionally bumpy, and that's okay. Just be aware of that. We all know that we can choose our emotional state, and if you don't know how to do that, please reach out to me because I can teach you how. But really understanding this devotion to witnessing the evolution this week, November 1st. And as we do that, we need to understand that it's time to do things differently. So globally, we're going to be seeing things that we can't unsee, that we've never seen before, but the illusion is lifting because things are going to be visible. What else does this mean? It means on a personal scale, we're going to be seeing ourselves differently. We're going to be seeing a new side of ourselves that maybe we've never seen before, or we're going to see the shadows of ourselves that maybe we've been hiding and not wanting to look at, and they are going to rise to the surface. Yes, that is excellent. It may not feel excellent in the moment, but the whole purpose of our shadows becoming visible to us is so that we can clear them. We can embrace them. We can include them in our experience, because the only issue that lies with a shadow is the judgment of it. When we can see it and witness it and embrace it and include it as part of our experience, it no longer is a problem or an issue. So we don't need to heal it. We don't need to clear it. We don't need to burn extra big bundles of sage and put more crystals out and do a whole bunch of Reiki and all sorts of things, although those things can be of service. What we can do is simply be aware that we are evolving and things are changing, and we are witnessing a change in our physical reality. So as these things rise to the surface in the new moon, I kind of thought it was funny. I did my November forecast yesterday. And in that, I was recognizing that normally we associate the new moon with setting intentions, and we associate the full moon with a release and forgiveness. But it feels to me like November's lunar cycles are opposite, in that the new moon is a time for release and witness and forgiveness, and that the full moon is a time for action and going and moving forward. So it feels a little bit opposite this month in the lunar cycles, but I'll talk about that as we come into those lunar cycles. So let's come back to this week, November 1st. We're being invited into a higher level of devotion and service. We're going to be thinking about how we can love the world more. And that's easy. We love ourselves more. But in that, we're also going to be witnessing things in our physical environment that we may or may not love. And it is an invitation to step into a new level of mastery of our physical domain. And the only way we can master the physical domain is by first and foremost mastering the inner domain. So recognizing your shadows, recognizing and witnessing what's rising up for you in this new moon energy. We're going to be feeling that new moon all week long. As you're witnessing that, allow yourself to include the pieces of you that you may not necessarily like too much. It's time to love those pieces. It's time to love all of the pieces of you and to include them and welcome them and make them a part of your experience. It is the judgment of it that causes the problem. Embrace your shadows. Look them straight in the eye and tell them that they are welcome. Because when we stop judging those shadows, when we stop judging our inner demons, they tend to not rear their ugly head so much. So, invitation here this week to really devote yourself to this new paradigm, to really lean into an expansion of you, to let go of that which does not serve. There may be a bit of purging, a bit of cleansing and clearing this week as we lean into a new level of understanding of our physical domain and we begin to lead absolutely from a place of love. So, the question to ask yourself all week long: what would love do? Because when we get ourselves into the place of love, no matter what's happening in our experience, we can always love a little bit more. And when we choose to love just a little bit more, we can make decisions and take actions from that place of love. And that automatically ripples out into the world and creates an impact that we could never possibly understand fully and completely. So, your invitation this week: what would love do? Love yourself more, and then love the world more, and watch your physical world change as a result. I hope you have an incredible, incredible week. I love you. I believe in you, and I see your power.